Do you know what we're here for?
Equal parts. Oh my gosh.
Illegal.
No lies detected. None that I heard. None that I heard. Alright, let's go here to Miami, Florida, where apparently Dolphins wide receiver Tyreek Hill was well, he was what's the word? He was detained by police in, well, I guess you might call it a pretty rough manner here for apparently what was a moving violation, what amounted to a parking ticket, essentially. Let's see how this went. This was earlier today. These are just these are two videos we're about to watch, are just literally videos from people who were driving by when this was happening. This is from 10 hours ago.
Chill out.
Dylan,
Get him video.
I did. Dylan.
Damn, they got 4 cops. This seems pretty unnecessary for a driving violation.
Tyreek Hill.
Now, it's not clear exactly what the driving violation was. The way that it was described in the news report that I heard made it very vague, but it could essentially have been anything from like speeding to like not signaling when turning or something like that. But nothing that I think, there's pretty much nothing, there's very few things you can do that count as traffic infractions, moving violations, that would amount, in my mind, to being face down on the hot Miami pavement with 4 police officers on top of you. It just doesn't, none of it's really checking out in my brain.
Oh, I'm trying to get on video.
And you can hear the people in here, they can tell. They know that this, like, the people in this car clearly know that this is the wide receiver for Miami, and you would think that these police officers probably know too. Could be DWI? I mean, it could be, I mean, technically, it could have been suspicion of DWI. But at least from what I saw, it doesn't look like there was enough time to actually establish an actual DWI. Maybe I'm wrong. Oh, DWB. Oh, you meant... Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you typoed. It's much more likely it's that. Yes. Yeah. It's driving while black inside of a McLaren, which is a very expensive car.
No, that's actually Tyreek.
I feel like I'm probably going to get copyright struck for the music in the background. So I'm just going to pause it a couple of times and talk. But you can you can hear them talking about him quite loudly.
Yo, bro, they're...
Okay, all right. Okay.
Joined by national political correspondent Steve Kornacki. Steve.
Hold on, Steve. Hold the fucking phone. Okay, so yeah. That about does it on our coverage of that. That's really all I could find when I was doing research on this. It didn't take too long. But it does appear he was released and went on to play in the game which he was headed to. Apparently he was right outside of the football stadium and was headed to a Miami Dolphins game when this happened. Now, there was a statement made, I believe it was either by his lawyers or it was by the team's like PR people. But so far there's no action being taken either by the police department or by Tyreek or the Miami Dolphins, but there may be. We will dirt gently on Megastar Aaron W. See, Disco Wolf. Who else? Narwhal by Nature. Philip Blair. Shakespeare. Lady Badash. Alright. Well. Uh-oh. I'm seeing a little bit of lag happening right now. Perhaps it should be expected. Happens many a stream at the beginning. But we do have a lot to talk about, so we're going to try to get to this here as quickly as possible. We are going to start off in the United States, as usual. Yeah, here we go. Let's... Everyone pray to Gary. Gary, please protect us. Seems to be trying to work. I see it trying. It's really not that bad. I've seen it so much worse before, especially for the beginning of the stream. If this is the worst that we incur here, I can live with that. Now let's get going. Let's start here in the United States and talk about I was going to call him little. It's not exactly little. Happens to be an NFL wide receiver by the name of Tyreek Hill, who plays for the Miami Dolphins. Yesterday, we quickly looked at some of the footage of passers-by who had taken video of not arrest, but the detainment of Tyreek Hill, where he was seen on the ground with about 4 police officers all on top of him. And today, Miami-Dade police have released body cam video of the detainment of Tyreek Hill, and I figured we would talk a little bit about this more. He also released a statement earlier today as well. So I figured let's just start off here and we'll move from there. All right, CBS first? Yeah. CBS Miami from 2 hours ago.
Steve, thank you. We're back live now in the CBS News Miami newsroom, sharing more of this video of Tyreek Hill being detained yesterday outside of Hard Rock Stadium. And there's no audio here, but you hear what we were able to hear was Tyreek Hill saying to the officers, basically, why are you doing this to me? And the officer responding, saying that you right now are a little confused about what's going on. We hear Tyreek Hill tell his agent, Drew Rosenhaus, apparently was on the scene at this point, that he is getting arrested. And you see now the officers cuffing Tyreek Hill. Again, he is being forced to lie face down on the pavement there outside of Hard Rock Stadium. And Hill now is asking, why this is being done to him. And the officers say they pulled Tyreek Hill over for apparently speeding and perhaps reckless driving, and that's what triggered this whole confrontation. We showed you an earlier clip that lasted a little over a minute long, in which the officer told Tyreek Hill to roll down his window. He did momentarily, and then rolled it back up. And here's a look at that again. And when he didn't keep the window down as the officer instructed him to do, that's when the Miami-Dade police police officer with the
This is why we shouldn't start fall sports until September. This is the reason. I feel like this is not really. I mean, he does play for a sports team, but I don't think that that's the main culprit of this particular circumstance.
of two other officers yanked Tyreek Hill out of the vehicle and pushed him onto the ground, and you see the result here. They have handcuffed him. Again, this is a confrontation that happened yesterday before yesterday's Dolphins season opener against the Jacksonville Jaguars. Tyreek Hill was detained, but he then was let go. He did play in yesterday's football game and actually scored a touchdown in the Dolphins' win over the Jacksonville Jaguars. But this, of course, is a scene that many witnesses saw outside of Hard Rock Stadium yesterday. Stunned Dolphin fans who were on their way inside the stadium to see the Dolphins play couldn't believe what they saw. One of his teammates, Calais Campbell, also pulled over and asked Tyreek Hill if he was okay, and Hill told him that he was not. And Campbell, when he tried to intervene on his behalf, he was also briefly handcuffed and said that was certainly something that was stunning to him. So here.
It's weird how you've never seen a banker arrested like that. Yeah, no kidding. It's shocking how that's never happened. I mean, my God, how many people have like been at like the top of like? I mean, first person that comes to mind is like Bernie Madoff. His arrest was very, very chill, if I recall correctly. And this wasn't even an arrest. They literally had no reason to arrest him. Like I was saying yesterday, we didn't have any real information on what the traffic violation was. According to some of what I've seen so far today, it was supposedly him speeding, potentially. That seems to be the main reason that is being given as of now for this apparent interaction. And in what circumstance? When does speeding like amount to this sort of treatment? I can't imagine. I can't imagine them doing this to, I don't know, a young white kid driving his parents' car or something like that. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe these police officers are just incredibly zealous individuals. However, Miami Police Department did find it necessary to put one of these officers on, what's it called? Suspension. So even the police seem to think something may have gone awry here. All right, let's go here. This is the video with audio.
It's Miami.
Breaking news now at 7. Miami-Dade police have just released new body cam video of officers detaining Miami Dolphins player Tyreek Hill in Miami Gardens. Police Director Stephanie Daniels says she released it to be transparent and maintain the public's trust. Let's get right to CBS News. Miami's Jim Barry live in the newsroom right now. Jim, only minutes ago you saw the video for yourself.
Lauren, that is absolutely correct, and the clip that I'm about to show you lasts a little over a minute long. It shows the confrontation between Hill and 3 members of the Miami-Dade Police Department. Take a look.
Hey, don't knock on my window like that, man.
Why don't you have your seatbelt on?
Don't knock on my window.
Why don't you have your seatbelt on?
Knock on my window like that, no.
Like what?
Don't knock on my window like that.
Why you have it up?
Don't knock on my window like that.
Why you have it up? I have to knock to let you know I'm here.
Don't knock
that
on
way you
my
can
window.
lower it and talk to
Just
you.
get my ticket, bro, so I can go. I'm finna be late, gang. Do what you gotta do.
Keep it down. Hey! Keep your window down. Hey! Keep your window down. Keep your window down. I'm gonna get you out of the car. As a matter of fact, get out of the car. Get out of the car.
As a matter of fact, get out of the car. I've changed my mind. I'm a mercurial individual. Wow. Wow. It seems super unnecessary.
What part of blood is doing this? Hey, Drew, I'm getting arrested, dude. I'm getting arrested. I'm getting arrested, Drew. I'm getting up.
So again, this is the...
There's a lot of good comments going on through here, and I would generally agree with people talking about this. You don't mean to diminish the incident, but this happens hundreds of times each day in the United States, just to regular people. This helps highlight that, and you're giving right, exactly. I mean, that's kind of the point of why we're watching it, right? Is it's getting whatever. It's getting attention right now in the media because he's so high profile, but it is in fact a problem in society that needs to be addressed and is often overlooked and has been just kind of, I feel like, to some degree, just kind of ignored by the media in the last, I don't know, last couple years. I feel like they've really kind of tried to forget all about this. Okay, let's see. Let's go here. This is Tyreek Hill at a press conference at the stadium before, I think this was, I'm not sure. I don't think this was the game. I think this was another game that happened today. Because I think Miami had a Sunday and a Monday game back-to-backs or whatever. But here's the Associated Press from 13 hours ago where he spoke about being detained by the police before a game.
Right now, you know, so I've been trying to figure that out too. I've been trying to figure that out too, man. Right now, I'm still trying to put it all together. So I'm not going to give you a version that I still don't know what happened.
Why do you believe the police put you in handcuffs?
That's wrong.
I have no idea, for real.
I take it back. Not that it really probably matters to anybody, but I was wrong. They didn't play back-to-back games. Apparently this must have been after the game, I guess.
No idea. No idea, man. It's crazy. No idea. It wasn't disrespectful. You know, because my mom didn't raise me that way. Didn't cuss. Didn't do none of that.
I guess the police officer was put on administrative leave. Were you aware of that?
Nah, I wasn't. That should tell you everything you need to know then. What if I wasn't Tyreek Hill? Lord knows like, what that guy or guys would have did. You feel me?
Exactly.
And I was just making sure that, you know, I was doing what my uncle always told me to do whenever you in a situation like that. Just listen, put your...
Yeah, and you could see that he was being pretty compliant once they ripped him out of the car. I mean, and I don't think that they had any grounds to pull him out of the car. I think they needed an actual reason to detain him. I don't think they had it. I don't know police code that good, but I'm pretty sure that they needed more. They needed more to be able to even get close to justifying what we witnessed here. They didn't have it. But that one officer was, you know, feeling a certain way that particular day, being, I guess, yesterday. It was just yesterday. That's why we are where we are. I'm sorry, I'm trying to do two things right now. I'm trying to both talk about this and give you your deserved emotional support characters, which you clearly earned. Wait, what were the ones that you got? Now I've forgotten already. God damn it. Oh, right. There's that one, and yeah. Okay. We did it, folks. Really, you did it. I didn't do anything. All right, let's go here to this WPLG Local 10 from a day ago. Why did police handcuff Dolphins wide receiver Tyreek Hill? Investigation is ongoing. Oh, good. The police are investigating themselves. I'm sure that's gonna go great.
Dolphin star wide receiver Tyreek Hill pulled over and cuffed on the side of the road right outside the Hard Rock Stadium on his way to the game.
And the Miami-Dade Police Department announcing an immediate review of the incident and placing one of the officers involved on administrative duty. So let's get right over to Will Manso, who is live at the Hard Rock Stadium with the latest on Hill's detainment. Will.
Well, the Dolphins are no stranger to controversy and drama over the years, but this one may top them all. Just hours before their season opener, and here outside of Hard Rock Stadium, their star receiver Tyreek Hill, the man who was just recently voted the best player in the NFL by his colleagues, was put into handcuffs by police. And the question now remains, why?
Keep your window down. Keep your window down, I'm gonna get you out of the car. As a matter of fact, get out of the car.
The window is down in this moment when he's saying get the window down.
Before even stepping on to
Like, you can very clearly see that the window's down about 6 inches, a little less, but it's down.
Scene just outside of the stadium captured on cell phone video by stunned fans as Hill was detained by police, even taken to the ground and handcuffed. Hill played the game and said this afterwards about the incident.
I've been trying to figure that out too, man. Right now I'm still trying to put it all together. It wasn't disrespectful, you know, because my mom didn't raise me that way. Didn't cuss. I don't want to bring it race into it, but sometimes it's kind of iffy when you do. You feel me? So what if I wasn't Tyreek Hill? Lord knows, like, what that guy or guys would have did. You feel me? I was just making sure that, you know, I was doing what my uncle always told me to do whenever you in a situation like that. Just listen. Put your hands on the steering wheel. Just listen.
Hill was stopped by Miami-Dade police for a driving violation and eventually cited for reckless driving. I drove past the scene on my way to the game and saw Hill's agent, Drew Rosenhaus, by his side. We spoke to him on the field a short time later.
There's no criminal charges. He wasn't arrested. He just got a ticket for reckless driving, evidently, going into the stadium. We'll obviously dispute that. That's their version. But the most upsetting part is the way that he was treated. Tyreek's not a guy that should be at his own stadium in handcuffs. We're going to look into it. This isn't over.
But how it got from a traffic stop to handcuffs is the question Miami-Dade police now face. In a statement, Miami-Dade Police Director Stephanie Daniels said, quote, "Following the incident involving Tyreek Hill, I have initiated an internal affairs investigation to ensure a thorough review of the matter."
How great. So yeah, the director of the, I guess I would assume the public relations department for the Miami-Dade Police Department, Stephanie V. Daniels. It's not clear exactly. I mean, she is the one releasing the statement here. But, yeah, they got the police investigating themselves, so everybody can just forget all about this. No big deal. I'm sorry, did I say no big deal? I mean, definitely a big deal. Alright, but let's move on. Let us move on to some of the other stuff that are happening here. But, oh wait, I almost forgot. Particular Florida resident had words to say about this.
Maybe you saw something along those lines, and an officer has been reassigned, and just wondering what you take away from that, and if you saw that, and what your thoughts are.
So I have not gotten any details on it. I think they're going to do an investigation, and I think that that's appropriate. I was pleased to see he did well in the game, and it was good for the team what happened on the field. But I think that I have confidence in agencies throughout this state that they want to uphold the highest standards of professionalism. And if for some reason that wasn't followed here, I know that they will
Oh, you
make
do.
that clear.
You do know that.
But I'll let that investigation take place.
Okay.
Yep.
I love how he's more focused on how well he did on the field for a private sports team than the conduct of Miami police officers. But, you know, priorities. Ron's got priorities, and police misconduct is kind of low on there. He trusts the police to investigate themselves whenever they're bad. Yes, put in fingers. Mr. Put in fingers here. to help tell us about professionalism in policing. Thank God. I don't know how he would have gotten through this whole ordeal without old fancy feet DeSantis over here. Is the chess piece new? Oh, you're noticing new things on the desk. I've been, maybe, perhaps. Perhaps thanks to the generous contributions of our patrons and viewers, I've been able to get myself fancy things. If you notice, it's real glass. It's made from pure space glass. You can actually see through it if you pay close attention as the world goes by. It should cast different color light through it. I think it's set up like that. I mean, of course it does because it's made of glass. Okay, let's go here before we end our discussion of policing in the United States.
Do you know what we're here for?
Equal parts. Oh my gosh.
Illegal.